Welcome to Holy Sync Radio. Today we're talking about the intersection of AI, music, and the healing process. I'm here with my sidekick, Nilsa. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered if your deepest, most personal struggles could actually be transformed into something beautiful? Recent studies are showing that when music therapy is combined with AI, people are processing trauma up to 40% faster than with traditional methods alone.
Okay, I hear that, but whenever AI and healing are mentioned in the same sentence, I think people get nervous. How does this not turn into something cold or impersonal?
That's a fair question, and that concern is exactly why this works the way it does. It started with a simple belief that everyone has a story worth telling, but not everyone has the tools to tell it. AI doesn't replace the human part. It simply helps translate real experiences into music.
So the technology isn't creating the story, it's shaping what's already there.
Exactly. The story always comes from a real person. I just helps turn raw testimony into something that can be heard, felt, and shared.
I'm still wondering though, does turning something painful into a song actually help someone heal? Or does it just make it easier to talk about?
That's where the data surprised me. When people go through this process, 73% report discovering new insights about their own story, things they hadn't seen before. It's not just expression, it's reflection.
That sounds a lot like therapy, but with this creative element layered on top.
Exactly. And when people hear their story in song form, research shows it activates both the emotional and analytical parts of the brain at the same time. That combination helps people process trauma instead of just revisiting it.
So it's not just emotional release, it's actually changing how the brain works through the experience.
Right. And that's where the ripple effect starts. One person shares their story, it becomes a song, and suddenly it reaches thousands of people walking through similar pain. These songs are being shared 5 times more than traditional testimony formats.
That reach is impressive. But how do you keep something this personal from losing authenticity at scale?
That's where strict boundaries come in. Every song is rooted in real testimony. AI doesn't generate content, it only translates what's already there. If the human story isn't present, the process doesn't move forward.
Okay, that actually addresses one of my biggest concerns.
And the engagement reflects that. These testimony songs are seeing around an 85% engagement rate, compared to roughly 30% with traditional sharing methods. People stay with it. They listen, they feel seen.
Why do you think music makes that much of a difference?
3 reasons. First, music lowers emotional defenses. Second, it creates just enough distance to make hard stories safer to process. And third, AI helps identify emotional patterns that make stories relatable, even across very different experiences.
That makes it sound less like a trend and more like a shift.
It really is. They're already seeing strong results with veterans, where musical testimony sharing has led to a 60% reduction in isolation behaviors.
That's significant, especially for a group that often struggles to talk about what they've experienced.
And looking ahead, they're exploring ways to bring this into traditional therapy spaces so people can access stories that actually mirror what they're going through.
I came into this skeptical, but the more we talk, the more it feels like this isn't about technology at all. It's about helping people finally feel heard.
That's exactly it. This isn't about replacing human connection. It's about amplifying it, because at the end of the day, everyone has a story worth telling. And sometimes healing begins when someone hears their story reflected back to them through music, through shared experience, through hope.
And maybe the future of healing isn't about choosing between humanity and technology, but learning how to let them work together.
Well said. You've been listening to Holy Sync Radio, where faith, creativity, and technology meet to bring hope, healing, and purpose. We'll see you next time.